Okay, everyone. Welcome to the marketing class. So today we are going to talk about dealing with competition, how the competition goes, what are the factors involved in competition and stuff like that. Okay. So what are the chapter questions? How do marketeers identify primary competitors? How should we analyze competitors' strategies, objectives, strengths, and weaknesses? How can a market leader expand the total market and defend market share? How should market challengers attack market leaders? And how can market followers or niches compete effectively? So basically, it's all about competition. What are the factors involved? How do we go about it? And how do we compete? Okay. 5 forces determining segment structural attractiveness. So there are 5 forces that determine the segment structural attractiveness. One is the potential entrants, suppliers, buyers, industry competitors, and substitutes. So it's a lot about the 5 forces of some of it is about like the 5 forces in Porter strategy thing. So potential entrants are those who could enter the market. They're not there yet, but they could be. Suppliers are those who are supplying your raw materials or stuff that you get. And buyers are those who buy your product, industry competitors, and substitutes are those that you could be substituted for. So what is the concept of competition? So basically, here we have competition going on. So number of sellers and the degree of differentiation. So basically, how the competition forms is that number of sellers and the degree of differentiation. So there are a number of sellers who are selling the product, and what sort of determines what is what, and how much different their products are from other providers in the market. That's very important in making the competition form. Then entry, mobility, and exit barriers. So for a new entrant, what are the rules? What are the requirements? Then the mobility. How do we mobilize the market? How do we move on? How do we move up? How do we better our services or products and everything? And then exit barriers are what are the barriers to exit the market? So those are also important in creating the concept of competition. Then cost structure. How do we charge the customers? What is the structure of the cost? Then degree of vertical integration and degree of globalization. So all these aspects are important in creating the concept of competition. So we are living in a globalized world now. So basically that's our market. So that's very important. But how globalized your company is very important, and the whole market, how much globalized is. These are the questions you want to ask yourself. Degree of vertical integration, as I said, like going forward or backward towards supply or towards the delivery. Then cost structure. So all these concepts are important in creating the meaning of competition. So sometimes we have pure monopoly, we have oligopoly, monopolistic competition, and pure competition. So there are different types of markets that we are going to discuss, and we have previously discussed them a bit in the strategy class, but we will explain them further here and see what they really mean. So first, we have pure monopoly when there is only one uh, company providing all the products and services in the market. Something that was the case back in the day with Microsoft, and there are many other. There are some places in the world that you would have the monopoly because the government is sort of granting it to a certain company or uh, certain industry. Is there are not anybody competing in that industry because uh, there are not. It's not easy to enter that market, probably because of the cost, because of the requirements of the market, or you are granted, like the government sometimes gives the exclusive right or the certification for certain type of product. So that's monopoly. Oligopoly, when there are few of major players, and they sort of compete against each other, and uh, you know uh, sell the products, provide the services. Then monopolistic competition is when different type of businesses or corporations are competing to gain that monopoly. So it's like there's no monopoly, but you are basically competing to finally become the only one, the monopoly. So you buy over everybody, you take over every other competitor, and you would be the only one. So that's your goal. And pure competition is the best type, where there is no difference. Everybody can compete. It's just the matter of whoever is providing a better product or service will have a better chance of winning the customer. So that's the ideal case where we have pure competition. Okay. So in order to analyze the competitors, we need to know their share of the market. Means that how much of the market they have. It's like the target market, what percentage of that they own. Okay, I see a question here about monopolistic competition. Okay, I'm not sure if I understand your question. Do you mean like how would they become a monopoly, or how they compete for monopolistic competition? So you're talking about the third point, right? One good example is Google and Apple now. I mean, Google and Microsoft now. Like they're fighting over each other to become the monopoly, and it's like the matter of who becomes stronger and the winner of the competition. So pure monopoly is when there's only one, there is nobody else. But pure monopolistic competition is when there are like couple or few, and they are trying so hard to gain the whole market and then sort of own the other ones and acquire the other competitors. So that's basically what it is. Sure. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, to analyze the competitors, we have their share of the market, means the competitor's share of the market of the target market. Share of the mind means the percentage of the customers who name the competitor responding to the statement, name the first company that comes to mind. So basically, there is a survey that they do. They just say, like, that type of industry, what is the first company that comes to your mind? When I like the soda drinks, if I ask you and you say Pepsi or Coca-Cola or any company, that's basically they have the share of the mind, the highest share of the mind. And then share of the heart is when it basically talks about the percentage of the customers who name the competitor in responding to the statement that name the company from which you would prefer to buy. So that's like what you would prefer. Okay. So I see a question here. This also refers to the strengths and the weakness. I don't understand. Is there any difference between share of heart and mind? Yeah, of course there is a difference between share of heart and mind. Share of mind is mostly what you know about the product. The first one that comes to your mind is not necessarily what you would pick. Because sometimes I say, like we say, oh, okay, these are the products, and we name the first one that is in our mind. But share of heart is when you basically want to buy, you prefer to buy from that company. So it's different. You might know about a certain company, you might like the company, but you don't see yourself buying from their product. So that's the share of heart. Okay. So then we talk about expanding the total market. We have a concept called total market. So Uh, not really. For your answer that you say heart means desire and mind means having positive ideas. No, mind means knowing about it. Heart means deciding to buy from them. So your mind, when you have a product in mind or a company in mind, means you are aware of the fact that they are in the market. And when you say them first, it means you believe they are the market leader. But heart is when I say which one are you going to buy from, you say the one that you like and you feel like buying product from. Then we talk about expanding the total market. We have new customers. We are going to create new customers because one of the ways to expand the market is to create new customers. Our existing customers are there, but we want more customers. We want to expand our market. We want to create more customers. And also we have more usage. More usage talks about our saving customers use our products more and more often. So they use it more, they buy it more, all this kind of thing. So basically these are two ways to expand the market. 6 types of defense strategies. So there are 6 types of defense strategies that we're going to talk about, which is defender, flank, preemptive, counter-offensive, mobile, and counteraction. So these are different ways to basically respond to the market. So the first one, the position of defense, is occupying the most desirable market space in the customer's mind, making the brand almost imaginable. Like a good example would be Procter & Gamble. So what it is basically you try to occupy the most desirable market space in the customer's mind. Then when it comes to the flank defenses, uh, the market leader should also erect outposts to protect a weak front or possibility serve the invasion base. So basically, a good example would be when you, let's say, put some money into marketing, or let's say from the amount of money that you are earning, you put some and take and allocate it into your marketing. So that way you are sort of protecting yourself and competing against certain companies that are there. So is how you fight against the other companies by spending money on your marketing. Then preemptive is kind of aggressive strategy to attack before the enemy starts his offense. So preemptive defense is you start challenging the other company and sort of involve them in, a conversation about your products and which one is better. So a good example is Bank of America's 17,000 ATMs, 5,700 branches nationwide provide steep competition to local regional banks. So that's the sort of idea that we are talking about. Then we have the counter-offensive, which is when you are attacked by a market leader, you will respond with a counter-effective or counter-attack. So the challenge you sort of respond, and most of it is like about media, how you use public media and marketing and advertisement to get the message across. And then mobile defense is the leader stretches its domain over new territories that can serve as future centers for defense or offense. So they broaden their market or they diversify. So that sort of challenges you and takes some response from you. You either want to diversify also or also expand the regions that you are serving. Contraction defense is large companies must recognize that they do not longer defend all their territory. So basically, you need to understand that you need to focus on certain limited versions of your products and services. You don't have to be defending everything. You need to be just focusing on what you're supposed to do and just do that properly. Okay. So there are factors relevant to pursuing increased market share. So one of them is possibility of provoking antitrust action. So it's when the jealous competitors are likely to cry monopoly if a dominant firm makes further inroads. So basically, it happens when, like in monopolistic competition, when you are trying to gain the most share of the market and others are going to put laws against you and sort of trouble you because they don't want you to go there. Economic cost is the profitability might fall with further market share gains after some level. So you need to always consider that. Your market share and profitability, they are linked together. They have a linear relationship, but after a certain point, your profitability falls. The more of the share of the market you get after a while, your profitability is going to go down. So there's a part, or there's a time that your market share and profitability are the same. The more market share you have, the more profitability you have. So it goes up and up and up until it reaches the peak of that chart, and then from then on, you will have more share of the market, but it will deduct from your profitability, because there's a certain level that you're not making any profit anymore in that sense, and you're just keeping the share of the market. So, and companies do that not necessarily because of the profit, but because they feel secure when they have the most share of the market. Then we have the pursuing the wrong market and mix activity. Companies successful gaining share typically outperform competitors in three areas, like new products. They have several new products, relative quality, and marketing expenditures. So they have so many different products. Then their quality sometimes is just extremely higher, and then the amount of money they spend on marketing is also huge compared to other competitors. So these are wrong marketing mix strategy. This is not the best way to do. So you got to be reasonable, because you have the price factor and all those. So you got to know that where you want to go, how you want to go there, and what your customers really want. And they effectively increase market share on actual and perceived quality. So it talks about too many customers can put a strain on the firm's resources, hurting the product value and service delivery. So, it's just when you have too many customers, you won't be able to provide same quality of service to them, and that sort of challenges you. So, even though we want to increase our share of the market, we got to be careful when we get there. We need to be able to prepare for that stage, because a lot of times the companies are just looking for customers. They're trying, and when all those customers come, they are not able to perform. A good example was happened to AT&T. AT&T is a telephone company in U.S. About 95%, 92% of the country is covered by AT&T. So there was a time that AT&T was not this big, and they were just trying to expand, and suddenly everybody converted to AT&T, and they couldn't support the internet or the data for all these customers, because they were trying to increase the share of the market, but they were not ready for such a huge amount of customers. So when it happened, they were challenged a lot. They had to change their packages and plans so that they discourage people to use internet as much as they really wanted to. So it's like, you got to be prepared. When you are looking for market share, there will be challenges, and if you are not able to respond properly, then you will be in trouble. Okay. So there are other competitive strategies. Yeah, market challenges, market followers, and market niches. So these are also some types of different market approaches. So many market challengers have gained ground or even overtaken the leader. So Toyota today produces more than General Motors. So they challenge the leaders of the market. So that's who they are. They use different competitive strategies to challenge them, like their attack or the marketing or whatever strategy that is required to challenge the market leader. So those are the market challengers. Market followers are those who are following the market. So what they do is just they follow, they try to counterfeit, they try to copy, they try to provide the same value, adapt to what the customers of the general market will like, and then just provide that. And then we have the market nichers, are those who are just taking care of a niche of the market, just focus on a certain level of the marketing niche and provide the services for them. So basically, to dig deeper into what we mean by that, the market challengers, their strategy is to define a strategic objective and opponents. So they write and define a strategic objective, and then a general attack strategy, how they're going to attack, how the attack is going to happen. They sort of write it down and get it ready, and then choose a specific attack strategy. So they have a general, which means their general approach to attacking the market leaders, and a specific means they exactly know how to bring down a certain leader and what certain steps and approaches and how to get where they want to get. General attack strategies is frontal attack, flank attack, encirclement attack, bypass attack, and guerrilla warfare. So these are some of the attacks that happen to the leaders. So in a pure frontal attack, the attacker matches its opponent product, advertisement, price, and distribution. So they go toe and toe together. They just okay. I see a question here. Let's see what's going on. So they match the product that the company is providing and how market followers are those who are basically follow the market. What market assessors are probably those who just measure up the market, and then they'll see. They just test the waters and see what's going on in the market, and then they'll decide where they want to go. So they are not necessarily the same. So then flank attack is you target the weak spot of the other competitor market, competitor company, and then attack those. So you can directly target those weak parts of that other company and try to attack them and bring them down. Mr. Bafa is sharing some information. Okay. So then encirclement attack is an attempt to capture a wide slice of enemy's territory. So it's basically you're encircling some of their territories and trying to get their customers and make them yours. So it's kind of attack, but you're just trying to take over some of their territories. Then we have bypass attack, is the most indirect assault strategy, is bypassing. So It's either by diversifying into unrelated products, diversifying into new geographical markets and technologies, and also taking new strategies and technologies to become the major product provider. So basically, you're using direct or indirect ways of attacking, basically directly or indirectly diversifying is what we mean by bypass attack. And guerrilla warfare is when you sort of uh, continuously attack or harass or demoralize the opponent. So that happened with Walmart. They have been trying to do that because of their sweatshops where the companies in certain countries that they don't follow the human rights and the workers are just working in really bad conditions. So a lot of retailers here, they sort of pinpointed out and gave Walmart a very hard time to comply, and they said because they don't comply, you're not moral. And they ask people to stop buying from them and everything. Or even Nike had that same problem. So a lot of competitors were investing money into warning people and letting people know that this is not the company you want to buy your shoes or products from because they are not ethical. So that is also another type of attack that happens quite often. Then we talk about some specific attack strategies like price discounts. You give discount, lower price goods. Your goods are basically cheaper. Your value price goods. They give value for price. They're prestigious, high class products and goods. Then product proliferation. Your product is proliferating and becoming better and better. Your product is lifted up with better quality compared to other products. Your product is innovative. You're like innovating all the time, so like Apple. Improved services. Your services are awesome. You provide great services. Distribution innovation. You have innovation in distributing the products when the customers buy them. You have different ways of giving out your customers their products, so that is something customers will look for. Then manufacturing cost reduction. So you're trying to reduce the cost of the manufacturing of the product. And then intensive advertising promotion. So you're promoting and advertising intensely. So all these different strategies are used in any certain type of the attacks that we talked about. So then we have the market follower. So one of the strategies used by market follower is the counterfeiter. It duplicates the leader's product and packages and sells it on the black market. So it's like a lot of Chinese products are like that. They just create a counterfeit and then sell it. Then cloner is when you take the name and the packaging and slight variations and then sell that. So that is also one of the ways that certain companies attack their company, but stealing their names, their package, the way the package look like, and sell that product. Then imitator. The imitator copies some things from the leader, but maintains differentiation. So you take some stuff from the leader, and then you make some changes. Doesn't make it yours, but you still are following and imitating. Adapter, finally, is you take the leader's products and adapt to improve them. So the adapter may choose to sell at different markets or grows into future challenges. you know. So it's like the beginning. As an adapter, you sort of improve their shortcomings and then present it as your own. Okay? So then the companies, end of the day, though, have to balance uh, their their approach. They could be competitor center or customer center. Competitor center means they have they just want to win the competition. They just look at their competitors. They don't care necessarily about their products as long as it is their products are in a way that they help them succeed or win the competition. They are happy. But on the other side, customer-centered is when you think of customer first. For you, the customer is the most important one, and you don't care as much about competition as much as you care about customers. So end of the day, the most important factor is to be able to provide customers with what they want and be efficient and successful in that. So that'll be the end of this chapter. Any questions so far? Any comments, questions? So we sort of covered what we mean by different types of competition and how it works. So now let's go to the next chapter. And okay. Okay. So chapter 12. So setting product strategy is another concept of our marketing. So what are the questions that we're going to answer in this chapter? What are the characteristics of products and how can they be classified? So basically we want to classify the products, how companies differentiate products, how can a company build and manage its product mix and product lines, how can companies combine products to create strong co-brands or ingredients brands, and how can companies use packaging, labeling, warranties and guarantees for marketing tools. So these are the questions or some of the questions that we're going to cover in this chapter. So let's just go to the detail. Anything that can be offered to a market or satisfy a want or need is called a product. So basically, product, the definition is quite broad. Everything can be a product nowadays. So as long as it can be offered in the market, so there is no limitation there, and it will satisfy a need of the customer, we call it a product. It could be anything. There's stuff that people wouldn't even imagine they will be a product today, but they are. So it's just a matter of how you present it. So it's very important to understand that anything could be a product as long as it could be offered in the market and there's a need for that. Okay, so this is very important concept in the marketing thing. It's the 5 product levels. We have the core benefits, basic product, expected product, augmented product, and potential product. So the core benefit, the core value that you're getting is when you are the benefit that the customer is really buying. Let's say a hotel guest, he or she is buying rest and sleep, you know. So you just, the whole idea that you're buying. So the core benefit is the bottom line. Then we have the basic product. The basic product means that end of the day, I mean, even though the customer is buying the core benefit, but the marketeer has to turn that core benefit into a product. So, let's say for our example, the hotel manager has to include a bed, bathroom, towel, desk, and everything, so that rest and sleep is possible. So that it's changed into a product. Then expected product. Expected product is set of attributes and conditions buyer normally expect when they purchase a product. So it's what they want. When they say, I want, like a hotel, go to a hotel and buy one of their packages and rest and relax. They have some expectations, certain things they want from the hotel, like, I don't know, room delivery system, the TV, the programs, nice environment, silence, everything. So those are the requirements of the buyer. And then you have the next one is augmented product. Augmented product is when you exceed the customer's expectation. So the customer does expect something, but you exceed and go beyond that. Then you have potential product, which all the possible expectations and transportations of the product might change. So it's some potential product for future that you are going to design and get it ready for the future. So this is very important for you. Knowing the core product, how you bring it down to basic product, how to make sure that the expectation of the customer is met, then how you augment the product, go beyond their expectation, and then for future, what is your potential product? So this 5 level of products is very important. It's good to understand it, and it's good to be able to elaborate more on it. So product classification schemes. So what are those schemes? It's durability, tangibility, and use. So basically, what we mean is products. You need to be durable. You need to stand. You need to be able to use them for a long period of time, or at least the life cycle. So the products are durable and we can use them. Then tangible. They should be tangible, which means that, as I mentioned, they should be measurable or give a tangible benefit to the customer, so the customer can understand and enjoy and be comfortable coming back and buying it again. And then the use. So what is the use of that product? It should be useful. It should meet one of the needs or desires of the customers and help them to get what they want. So that is also one of the factors of the product. Basically, the marketeers classify products into 3 major categories. One of them is non-durable goods, are tangible goods normally consumed in one or few uses, such as beer or soap, or they are purchased frequently, and the appropriate strategy to make them available in many locations. Charge only a small markup, and advertise heavily to induce trial and build preferences. So, so these are non-durable goods. They just go as fast as you drink them, like a soda or whatever drink. They just, what you need to do is you need to encourage customers to try all different types and find their favorite, and then they would be happy. Then durable goods, on the other hand, are normally they survive many uses, like refrigerators or machine tools. So they are durable. When you buy them, you can use them for several times and for several services. So those are different type of products. And then services at last are intangible, inseparable, variable, and perishable products. So as a result, they normally require more quality control, supply credibility, adaptability. Examples that include haircuts or legal voices. So what it is just whatever type of services that you provide. They're not necessarily products, but they are as common. I mean, basically, we are in an era of the marketing that services the role play as the most important part. Every company is going towards service. Okay, so then we have consumer goods classification. So we classify the consumer goods in different categories. The convenience, like how frequently, immediately, with a minimum effort, a product or service can be used and bought or obtained. Then the shopping. Shopping goods are that the customer characteristically compares on such basis as suitability, quality, or price or style. A good example would be furniture or clothing or cars. You just compare and then you do you buy. Specialty goods are those who have unique characteristics or brand identification for which a sufficient number of buyers are willing to make that special purchasing. So they have certain unique characteristics that you as a shopper want or are looking for, or they have their own buyers also. Then unsought goods are those that the customer doesn't know about or does not normally think of buying. So like smoke detectors, all those innovative products that the customer didn't know about, and you need to say, hey, you have this need, you don't know about it. These are the requirements of your need, and that's how we tackle the need of yours, by giving you this innovative product. So as you can see, we have all these different types. Then we have industrial good classifications. So we have materials and parts. It's pretty straightforward. What are the parts or materials you need to do the operation in your company or whatever industry it is? And then you have the capital items, are long-lasting goods that facilitate developing or managing the finished products. So so they help you advertise and manage, and finally get it into finished product. So basically, they come into two groups: installation and equipment. Installation means like the building, the factory, the office, and then heavy equipment, your generators, your your mainframe, your computers, and everything. So that's your capital items. That's what you need to keep your business running. Then supplies and business services are short-term goods and services that facilitate developing or managing the finished products. So maintenance and repair items or operating suppliers, they're all part of this last supply business services. Okay. Then we are going to talk about the differentiation of the product. How do we differentiate the products from each other? One of the factors is their form. So how do they look like, their features, what do they do, their performance, what is the quality of their performance, or how good are they in doing those stuff. Then performance, as I mentioned, is the level at which the product's primary characteristics operate. And then conformance. Conformance is how much fit they are to the needs of the customer. Let's say if I'm selling this type of chair, like certain type of chair, how much that chair is fitting the need of a customer who needs a chair. Like, what do you need a chair? You need to sit on it, you need to be relaxed, comfortable, or whatever. So how much there is a fit between the need and the product that I'm offering. Then we have durability. As I said, it's like how durable, how many uses you could use that product, how many times. Then reliability. If the product is reliable, it's something that is not gonna malfunction. It's gonna work, and it's gonna be efficient and work properly. Then repairability, sorry, is if you can repair that. Some products are just for one use only. You use them, they're great, and then after there's something wrong, you can't use them anymore. Form and feature. Yeah, the form is the look, the way the product looks, but the features are what the product does for you. It's like the explanation of the what exactly the product can do, So other than the functions, so there are functions and the features, like these are the features that like a certain product can give to you. Okay, I really appreciate if you want to say something, please turn on your raise your hand and then turn on your speaker. Otherwise, please mute your speaker. Thank you, Mr. Akmal. Then we talk about the style of the product. What is the style of the product? What sort of look or feel to the buyer it gives, like a lifestyle, or what feeling the customer gets when they use it or they buy it, all those kind of things. Like when you buy a Porsche, the feeling you get is like prestige, a sportive, lively kind of lifestyle, and then you feel great, and it's like classy and all those kind of things. So that's the style. And then the design is specifically for the product, like how it is designed and how it's differentiated from other type of products in the market, is the totality of features that affect how product looks, feels, and functions. So it's just a mixture of the style, the feeling, and how it functions and everything. So the design is basically very important in a product. One of the reasons like Apple products are so loved and common is because of their design. because they're designed in a way that the customers will just love it. Then ordering ease, how easy it is to order it. Should you travel for long distance to just get to the place that they offer the product, or is just easy delivery? Can you order it online? Or, you know, all these are important in, you know, getting it done. And then delivery, when customers order a product, how easy it is to deliver that product to them. Then installation is like how easy it is to install the product. Is it easy to get the work done and the product to get to the operational level so that it can function? Then probably there's customer training. Sometimes you need to train the customer, teach them how to use it, to tell them about different ways of using the product and be able to, you know, to utilize. Then consulting, sometimes the customer needs you to consult or, you know, advise them on how to use the product. It's more of like, it's like after the purchase is done and the customer is using the product, sometimes they need some advice. And the maintenance and repair is like, practically the fact that whether it's repairable, how much you can repair, if it's costly. Sometimes a lot of companies, they are going toward the direction that they make the repairing so expensive that it's even cheaper to buy a new product. So that's what they want. They just want you to buy a new one instead of repairing it. So that's how they sort of try to change. Then we have the need hierarchy or the product hierarchy. So the product hierarchy stretches from the basic needs to particular items that satisfies those needs. So first, what is the need family? It's like the core need that underlines the existence of that product. Let's say if it's security, right? Or if it, I mean, what's the major need that causes that? Peace of mind, you know, all those basic core needs, the umbrella term for the need. Then the product family, all the product classes that can satisfy a core need with reasonable effectiveness. So savings and income, you know, that's kind of security. These are the product families. Then product class, a group of products within the product family recognized as having a certain functional coherence or product category. So like financial instruments. Then we have product line. Product line is a group of products within the product class that are closely related because they perform a similar function. So, and they are sold the same to the customers and are marketed through the same outlets. So a good example is life insurance. So you're getting to the bottom line. And then product type, a group of items within a product line that share one of the several possible forms, like term of your life insurance. And then end of the day, your item, which is a distinct unit within a brand or product. So it's like prudential renewable term life insurance. Exactly what you get is your item. So it just goes from the very basic umbrella need to the final product that you get. So this is like your product hierarchy, and it's good to know that because if you as a producer, you need to be able to specify all these product hierarchies so that your customers, so you can target your customers properly. At each and separate stage, you have to have a certain marketing strategy. I mean, you have to, your marketing first, you need to target the family, the need family, the product family, the class, the line, the type, and the item. So for every single one of them, you need some marketing. So it's definitely necessary to know the hierarchy of your product so you can market that properly to the right customer. So when the customer gets that product, knows exactly what he or she is getting, and you would be able to communicate with your customer that way. Then we go to the next slide, product system and mixes. So product system, product basically what we mean by product system is a group of diverse but related items that function in a compatible manner. For example, upon one handle, a smartphone product line that came with detachable products including headsets, cameras, keyboards, these kind of things. Then we have product mix. It's also called product assortment. It's a set of all products and items that a particular seller offers for sale. Then product assortment is how you sort the product, how arrange the product, like in a package and everything. Then the depth, the length, the width, consistency. These are all different aspects of the product. The width refers to how many different product lines the company carries. So that's the width. Then the length is a product mix refers to the total numbers of items in the mix. So showing your product mix, which was the set of all the products, how many items do you have there? The depth of a product mix refers to how many variants are offered to each product in the line. And consistency refers to how closely related the various product lines are in end use, production requirement, distribution channels, or some other way. So these are some of the terms. We are dealing with a lot of jargons and definitions in this chapter. It might look overwhelming to you. You'll think, okay, what exactly are we supposed to do? Are we going to memorize them? I would definitely suggest understanding them, reading them and try to understand so they can use them in your company, because just memorizing them is not going to help, because as you know, in our course, we're not just going to teach you these jargon and expect you to memorize them and I ask you in the final and then you just forget right next day. That's not going to work. The best is try to understand them, read them and understand them, read them over and over, and try to find exactly what it is in your company, or what part of it are you using, and how you're going to target the customer using all these concepts, because you got to understand that in marketing, every single one of them are marketed. So your product system, product mix, assortment, depth, length, width, and all consistency, everything would be utilized in your marketing, because these are the concepts that customers think about, even though they might not exactly know they are thinking about them, but their subconscious is involved thinking about all these. So when you are marketing a product to a customer, you got to know the product system, the mix, the depth, and all these concepts that you're going through. So it's really helpful to understand and know what is the best way to approach the customer. So going to product line analysis, we have, this is the type of analysis when you are offering a product line, companies normally develop a basic platform and modules that can be added to meet different customers' requirements. So basically this consists of first sales and profits. It's like the bottom line is the sales and profits. It's like shows like how much sales, and out of those sales, what amount of it is the profit. It's like the bottom line. So it's just very simple. The product line analysis is when you are giving a report. It has the core product, like the basic products. What are the basic products? Then the staples. So core products give you the highest, the most, the biggest
chunk size of the profit. Then staples are those with the lower sales volume and no promotion. So like faster. Considering computers, it would be like core product would be laptops, the basic laptop computer. Then the staples would be like the faster CPU or bigger memories, all these that will, sort of appeal to you. Then the specialties, they are with lower sales volume, but they will be highly promoted. So for the laptop thing is whether it could be installed or you could get on-site training, so personal delivery kind of thing. And then convenience items are you sell in high volume but receive less promotion. So carrying cases, accessories, all those like sound cards, sort of softwares. So these are all part of your product line. So when you're doing the analysis, basically, what do we mean by analysis? We mean sales and profit. So you're comparing, you're presenting the core product, the staples, the specialties, and convenience items with regard to the number of sales you make and the amount of money that you get, the profit. So how much, because the sales includes your cost. So you take the cost of the production of that product, and it will give you the bottom line, which is the profit that you get from that product, end of the day. Okay. So then we have another concept called down market stretching, up market stretching, and two-way stretch. Okay, what do we mean by that? A company that is positioned in the middle of the market and may want to introduce a lower priced line for any of the three reasons of like they may notice a strong growth of opportunities as a mass retailers, like Best Buy, Walmart, or the company may wish to tie up lower end competitors who might otherwise try to move up market. And if the company has been attacked by a low competitor, they want to defend themselves, or the company may find that the middle market is stagnating or declining. So basically, down market, when you're going to offer some products to a lower end in the market, like let's say Levi's is like a pretty branded item. Their jeans are like pretty expensive, but they do go down market also. They offer their jeans at Walmart also, those cheaper like lower quality versions of their brand, and that's why because they want to reach out to like lower side of the market too. Then we have the up market. Is the company may wish to enter a high end of the market to achieve more growth. It's all about in a way it's about market penetration, like you're looking for like new target market and just hit that. Or two-way stretch is the company serving in the middle market might decide to stretch both lines, like up market and lower market. So that's also one of the possibilities that might happen. So product mix pricing. Basically is when the firm searches for a set of prices that maximizes the profit on the total mix. So it's basically your product line pricing. Companies normally develop product lines rather than single product and introduce price steps. It's just they just want to say this type of product line, there's this price for it. So then optional feature pricing is many companies offer optional products, features, and services, and they need to set a price for it. So, just having a certain price for optional features is also very important. Then captive product pricing is some products require the use of some other products. They call it captive products. Let's say when you buy a high definition TV, when you buy a high definition TV, you need an HDMI cable, right? And so you buy that TV and you're set, but that cable, if you don't have that cable, your TV is going to be like useless. You can't use that TV. So that cable would be your captive product. You need to have that in order to use your TV. Then two-part pricing is when service firms engage in two-part pricing, consisting of a fixed fee and also variable fee. So telephone users, let's say, they have a basic monthly fee and then they have a prorated fee according to the usage, or even the gas or the electricity is kind of the same kind of thing. Then byproduct pricing is when the production of certain goods, meat, petroleum, and everything, often results in byproducts. It's like if the byproducts have value to a customer group, they should be priced on their value. So basically, it's like other type of product, let's say meat or gas, when the prices changes, it will change the price for almost everything that is related to that type of product. So that's kind of byproduct pricing. And product building pricing is the sellers often bundle products and features, and then they price that together. So you pay a price for the bundle that you're buying. So that's a very common way of pricing. Then packaging. You remember the 4 P's, right? the price, the place, the promotion, and now we have the 5th P, so packaging. So price, place, promotion, and we have the 5th P. So basically the packaging is very important. When you are packaging a product, you want to make sure that it's appealing to the customer. So it's very important to know how your packaging is going to look like and if the packaging is sort of appealing to the customers. So we have the product, the price, the promotion, and the place, and now we have the packaging. So these are all the activities of designing and producing a container for a product. There are lots of times you can test yourself. You go to the market and you're looking for a product, and subconsciously your first criteria for choosing that product is the packaging. If the packaging is appealing to you, that means the thing inside would be also nice. So a lot of times we make a decision and buy a product just because of the packaging. So it's a very important factor. So let's say it's more of a product kind of thing when you have a tangible product at a stake. But sometimes we have intangible, like services. You can package them too, Sometimes the telephone service that the company is providing, they put it in a package like this package gives you unlimited this, that. So the whole package together appeals to you. And also like they give you a pamphlet of the package that looks nice and colorful and everything. So it's really important how you package your stuff. And it's basically, so it goes to service and product at the same time. So packaging has been influenced by self-service. So self-service is very important. It's like increasing number of products are sold on self-service basis. People just do it themselves nowadays. Then consumer affluence, like rising consumer affluence means consumers are willing to pay a little more for the convenience. Let's say you are offering some banking services, and then you say, okay, if you want online banking, you have to pay this extra fee because of the convenience. People will pay or bill pay. All those kind of things that come along the normal package gives you convenience. You gotta pay for it. Then company and brand image, of course, that's very important. Packages contribute to instant recognition of the company brand. Like, let's say when you see an Apple product, the way they package their product is really unique and awesome. They have their certain type of bands and everything that sort of holds the product. It's like their packaging is pretty unique. So as long as you see that package, you know that it's an Apple product. Or when you see a certain type of packaging for certain books, like the cover and everything for, let's say, for Wiley or Pearson publications, they look different. So this is like all about packaging. So it really helps the brand, the image of the company also. Then innovation opportunity is can bring large benefits to customers and profits to the producers. So that's also very important. And so the last but not least, functions of labels. Labels also have some characteristics to them. They label their products. It identifies, grades, describes, and promotes. So you need to consider that when you label your product is gonna identify your product. That's your product's identity. Then it grades, like what type of grade, what type of level of the product it is. Then it describes what exactly is this product, and it promotes it to your customers. So you gotta be very, very cautious about what type of labeling are you using. So first, the brand, the identification, the product grade, then describe who made it, what is it made of, and everything, and then promote it, the product, through attractive graphics. It will be promoted to the customers. So that's probably what you're going to consider when you're labeling. You got to answer these questions and see what is exactly, or what is the best way to do so. Okay, so now is the time for some tasks in the class. So I just want you to do this task today. About 5P, just share with us or write down how the packaging is important in your company, and if it's a service company or if it's a product company, or if you don't want to share your company, which I would rather that you share from your own company, but if it's not your company, just tell me like an imaginary company. So I just write it down here for you, how your company is using the 5P to use 5P. Okay, so the packaging. Tell me about the packaging of your company. If it's a service, how do you package that service? If it's a product, how do you package that product? And how it helps. How it, or why is it important? And why is it important? Is it important? Why? Just please work on that, and you can raise your hand, share it with the class, or write it down at the chat box. So I'll give you a couple minutes so that you can work on it, and we can discuss it together.
Okay, so Mr. Khan Mohammed has shared his example. There's your private business. Let me share it with the class. Okay. So your private business, you have delivered a big quantity of pomegranates to Dubai. We dispatched some of the pomegranates well packaged and we got more benefits of that. The packaging was actually overseas or delivered in excellent condition. Yeah. So okay, good. But tell me more about the package. How does it look like? Like, is it colorful? Is it like red, or has a pomegranate picture on it? It's like all these kind of stuff about packaging. When you're doing packaging, you need to consider who are you approaching, what type of look your package is gonna have, and it also would it be appealing to certain type of people that you're trying to sell a product to, so it should be relevant to the type of customers that are going to buy your product. So that is important, and how the color and what the information you put on the packaging, all these are important in making the package appealing and successful. So if you could explain more about that, how your package specifically look like. So like the color, the design, the size, the shape, like have you seen the package of there's juice called Original, which is orange juice, and basically it looks like an orange. So it's like mostly it's glassy and it's like so very high-end kind of look. There are certain other type of drinks they have different types of looks. So it's like basically your package is sort of suggesting what is inside the package, because if it's like a nice looking package, the thing inside is supposed to be nice too. So anybody else wants to share? Yes, please, Mr. Khan Muhammad, please, you want to talk or you want to write it down? Yeah, you can talk, right? Please go ahead and share with us. I can't hear you, Mr. Khan Muhammad. Maybe then you can type it down because I can't hear you. So then we have Mrs. Argun. You're working as an AFCON partner with part of services, and we use technology in the facilities. Customers can outsource packing and labeling opportunities, tour locally based manner, having service terms to reduce third-party delays and quality problems, and you help configure products in any form, whether it is bundling or shrink wrapping or barcode, other custom packaging or labeling. Special packaging for large components. Okay, very good. So you provide different type of wrapping and packaging. So you customize also. That's very important. Sometimes customers have their own preferences. So customizing is very important. You're meeting the needs of the customers. When they need certain type of packaging, that's very, very good point. That's good. And large component shipments. Okay, yeah, sometimes you have a larger packaging because you're packaging in like huge amounts for like big orders. So you won't be just packaging. I mean, you have your packager symbol, small ones, and then the bigger ones you package them all together and send them. So good points, very good points. Okay. Anybody else wants to share or say his or her answer?
Okay. So please go ahead and email it to me by end of next day, the tasks for the 2 classes. If there's no question, I'm going to finish the class again, and thank you all for attending the class. So I remind you again for the marketing project also, it's only 3 sessions a day, means we have 2 more lectures, and the next session, which is 3 weeks from now, we'll have the presentation. So I would have your assignments ready by then, and each group will present. Okay, and thanks for clarifying, Mrs. Argun, for the nature. Very good. So thank you all. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week in the class. And good luck with your project. Take care.